A couple years ago, I noticed a pattern when it came to reading messages on my phone. I'd have to tilt it just the slightest to adjust how my eye saw the screen. I'd have to squint a bit to focus in on the words. I tried my best to ignore it, then one night, I found myself expanding the font on the article I was reading, and I realized it was time for me to face the inevitable. I needed glasses. I went to an eye appointment where the doctor confirmed it, but she told me I not only needed them to read, I also needed them to drive. Sure enough, I'm the proud wearer of progressive lenses. If I want to focus on literally anything, near or far, I need these to help me do it. Isn't that just like faith? We tend to think of faith in terms of putting blind trust in something, when more often than not, our faith is not blind. Our experience and what we know informs who and what we decide to put our faith in. This summer, we're helping kids realize that when they focus on what they know, they can put their faith in what they don't. We'll talk about faith like this: trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. Throughout June and July, we'll finish up our journey through God's one big story as we see how key leaders in the early church learned what it meant to have faith in Jesus as the message of Jesus started spreading throughout the world. Before we hear more about their stories though, we kick off week 1 in the book of Hebrews, where the author takes an entire chapter to remember the faith of God's people. People like Abraham, Moses, and David looked forward in faith, believing that God would send a savior. Now, we look back in faith and can put our faith in Jesus because of what we know about the people who experienced his resurrection. Bottom line, you can know Jesus, even though you've never seen him. Our memory verse comes from this chapter as well. Throughout June, kids will focus on learning Hebrews 11:1. Faith is being sure of what we hope for. It is being sure of what we do not see. This is the perfect verse to capture what we hope all kids will understand about faith.
Is that you guys there? How are you guys doing today? So glad to see you all in Cherubland. Mr. Edwards been waiting on you all. This is my magnifying glass. Magnifying glasses are used to make small objects look bigger. A lot of times when you don't have the eyesight that you think you have, or maybe things are far away, you use a magnifying glass to help that object that's far away seem much closer that you can see it. How's everything been going? Pretty good? Yeah. Same here. Well, this month I kind of want to talk to you about some things that you may and may not see now the way you saw before, or maybe you see later different than you used to see. A lot of times it takes like a magnifying glass. Well, magnifying glasses are not the only thing that you actually use. Let's say, for instance, that you were outside at nighttime and you want to look at the stars or look at the moon. What would you actually use? Telescope. And that telescope would actually be used to make that moon that's way, way, way far out look almost like it's in your backyard. What about these? The 3D glasses. No, we're not going to do 3D. It always kind of look funny at first. when I go to the movies and watch 3D movies. But once you put the glasses on, you really get to see the movie in 3D. Now, if I took these glasses and I put them in took them with me in a movie that wasn't 3D, it really wouldn't make a difference. But when they are 3D glasses in a 3D movie, everything looks what? 3D. What about these? You ever seen somebody wear glasses? Yeah. Usually they wear them maybe to read, or maybe they wear them all the time. There's nothing wrong with them. Only thing is they actually use their glasses to help them see better. To help them see things that may be closer, or sometimes move things that are closer a little bit further away. Just depends on their prescription. But all these things going to the point of being able to what? See things the way you should see them. Well, I don't know if you all ever maybe known somebody that has lost their eyesight, or maybe even grew up without good eyesight. There's actually a movie, in several movies, that actually have people that are blind as the main characters. Well, usually what we learn is they don't have really good eyesight, but it's helped them develop other senses. Like their what? Yeah, they're hearing. They're hearing. What we use these for? And we forgot, yeah, we're not the best listeners at all. We love to use this versus these. But a person that may be blind, they actually use so many other things to actually help them get along as if they weren't. For example, there's a movie where a guy, he's sitting at a lunchroom table and he's talking to a lady, and he actually hears a hummingbird outside. Well, he actually hears the hummingbird before she's able to see it, because his hearing has been so well in tune because of the lack of his eyesight. Well, how does that help us? Well, because in life, there's some times where things are, should I say, not seen, but they're there. What do you mean? Yeah, they're kind of like hidden, but what if it was like this? What if your parent told you, hey, I'm tired of looking at this room. I'm sure you all have never heard that before. But I want this room cleaned up by 12 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. I've got 2 hours. Then that person turns around and says, if you have it cleaned up by 12 o'clock, we'll go to McDonald's. Well, it's 10 o'clock. We're not in the car headed to McDonald's. Where are we? We're in my room, what? Getting ready to clean up. Yeah. But guess what else happens? I get my room cleaned up in like 30 minutes. So it's only 10:30. Well, that means that we go to McDonald's at that point in time? No. Because when were we supposed to go to McDonald's? Not when I got the room cleaned up. But what else? Yeah, 12 o'clock. So guess what I have to do? I have to wait. I have to patiently wait, because I was told at what? 12 o'clock. My room will be inspected, and then after that, then we will go to McDonald's. No sooner. Well, I see my room cleaned up, but I don't see us in the car going to McDonald's. I was told that we're going to McDonald's if I what? Have my room cleaned up. Well, when 12 o'clock rolled around, guess what happened? Yeah. My room got inspected, and we went to McDonald's. But it wasn't until that point in time. See, I was told that we were going to McDonald's. I couldn't see us being at McDonald's yet. Because at 10:30, I had the room cleaned up. But again, like I said, I had to wait. So, what does that mean to us? Well, in this Bible that we read, God tells us so many stories about promises that He actually has made to His people a long, long, long time ago. That not only have we saw a long time ago, but we're seeing today and we'll see one day in the future. There's a lot of them. I can't tell you about all of them. I don't think the video's long enough. But we'll pick out 3 of them and we'll talk about it. But before that, word of the month is what? What do y'all think the word of the month is? No. No. How about this? How about I give you the definition of it and then you guys tell me the word? You think that'll work? Let's try it. Believing in something that you can't see because of what you can see. Let me say it again. Believing in something you can't see because of what you can see. What do y'all think it is? That's right, faith. Believing in something that you can't see. Because of what you can see. We're asked to be able to have faith in so many opportunities in our life. And guess what? We don't have to wait till we get to be big and grown to develop faith. Y'all remember Miss Dale would tell you all the story a long, long, long time ago about when I got to first know what it was to be able to pray and believe God and have faith. I won't get into that story, but you all have your own story. All it is believing in what? Something you can't see because of what you can see. Let me help you out a little bit more. Our memory verse from this month comes from a book written by Paul. It's actually a letter. It's called the Book of Hebrews. And it was written to these people to encourage them. Our memory verse comes from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. And it reads just like this. Hebrews 11:1 is extremely important. Why is it so important? Because God actually tells us without faith, it's impossible to please Him. So we learn this faith by what? Opportunities that we have over and over and over again to be able to do what? Believe and trust in God. But not only that, most importantly, we have examples. Y'all ever had an example and then had to do something? It's much easier than doing it the first time. Somebody just tell you. God cares so much about us, and He didn't write to us and tell us what we should do. He actually did it for people way, way, way back then, and He did it in such a marvelous way. Almost to the point that we're like, when we read the stories, we're like, wow, that's almost unbelievable. But that's what? Faith comes in. Believing in what? That's right. But not only did He do these for these people, but it was written down so we can read it. And then guess what? We can find opportunities unique to us. Well, what does unique mean, Mr. It means just like, this is the only shirt that looks like this. Maybe the only hairstyle that somebody has. Maybe the only pair of shoes. It means certain, specifically, certain look, certain whatever, just for that person. Because God loves us all individually. He wants a relationship with each one of us. Y'all know how y'all run the Miss Stewart and everybody say, I say, hold on, wait, what? One person at a time. God doesn't tell us that. He allows us all to be able to talk to Him at the same time. He actually encourages us. Well, we won't talk about that yet, but He does. So again, in Hebrews 11:1, it gives us this great instruction. So, if y'all would, give me a second and I'll be right back and show you all how there was something maybe some time ago that maybe even your own parents can actually tell you all about, that maybe help you get a little bit better of a connection and a little bit more focus. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Sorry it took me so long. What is this for? Yeah, you can actually hang a shirt on it. But a long time ago, like a real long time ago, like when your parents were like your age, this was actually used not only just for to hang shirts on, it was actually used to help bring a little bit better connection and focus. What do I mean? So when you all sit down now, you all watch whatever TV show, and you watch it in its entirety, from start to finish. And sometimes if you have a recorder, you can fast forward. Well, when I was a really young kid, we actually had antennas on TVs. And the antenna was a very small cylinder wire, really kind of like a wire that stuck out the back of a TV. And it kind of stuck up like a tree limb, I guess, or whatever it was. And that wire kind of connected to like the networks, or if you all would call it that, for the TV station. Well, at times you may have somebody else that their antenna was pointed the same way yours was, or something like that, and it messed it up sometimes. Or even you had maybe a situation where you had some trees around. So what you would do is actually take this right here, straighten it out, and you would actually take it and you would connect it to the middle or the end of the antenna. In some kind of way, in doing so, it would actually help give you more focus. It would take out the static in your TV so you can watch the TV program clearly. Like you know how you all go on your phone and the little circle goes around? We didn't have a circle back then. Ours kind of fuzz out, or it kind of flip, like up and down. You would have had to see it. Again, just gotta believe it. You gotta have what? Faith. Believing in what? Something you can't see because of what you can see. Well, let's take a look at God's big story. What it started out, if we look, when God spoke to Abraham, and Abraham had a wife named Sarah, and he also had a servant named Eliezer. Well, God told Abraham, hey, get up from your people, and I'll show you a land that I'll give to you. And he said, I want to make a great nation out of it. And y'all said, well, big deal. No. Actually, Abraham and his wife, they were both of old age. Yeah. No. I mean, like in their 90s. Yeah. Again, believing in what you can't see because of what you can see. So God told him, I want to make a great nation out of it. And guess what Abraham had to do? He had to trust and believe. Yeah, it got kind of shaky along the way. But the most important thing is God fulfilled his promise and gave him a son named Isaac. That actually, he also gave him another promise that down the line, way down the line, his Savior will be born through. Who is the Savior? Jesus of Nazareth. Yeah. Well, the other amazing thing is about this. He had a son named Isaac, and God actually asked him to sacrifice Isaac. And in the midst of almost doing it, God stopped him just to see if he would be, what? Obedient to him. And Abraham was obedient, as we very well know. But it showed his what? Yes, his faith. His faith. And we read about it in Hebrews. Guess what else? he had a son named Isaac. And he had grandsons. Jacob and Esau. He told Abraham that he would have descendants as numerous as the sands of the sea, as numerous as the stars in the sky. Well, you know once in a while we think, oh, he had to have 30, 40 sons. It all started with Isaac. I told you another story. There's another guy named Moses. And you all remember about Moses. He was put in a basket by his mom and his sister, and he was raised in the house of Pharaoh. But after all those things transpired, he ran away and he was actually in a far country. And God spoke to him. God said, I have something for you to do. I need something done. He heard the voice. He saw the bush. The amazing thing, what God was asking him to do was so overwhelming to Moses. Moses basically gave an excuse to God why he couldn't do it. Have y'all ever given an excuse to y'all parents why y'all can't? I don't have enough. We're not the first ones. But when we have what? Faith. Believing in something we can't see because it's what we can see. He was able to go to Pharaoh and tell Pharaoh to let God's people go. But God did so many miracles and wonders through Moses. You all remember last year we talked about how many plagues? Yeah, that's right. You guys got a good memory. God did so many miracles and so many wonders. It's almost what? It's hard to believe. But by faith, we can what? Believe in something we can't see because of what we can see. There was one more guy. It was a little guy. He was the baby brother of all his brothers. And a prophet actually came to his dad because God sent him to anoint the king, to be king. And he was just a young boy. But guess what? He wasn't even at the meeting where the prophet came in. They actually had to send for David. And Samuel said, that's him. Samuel anointed him to be king while he was tending sheep. No. Samuel wasn't like the mailman that just delivered the mail. Samuel wasn't like the principal that says, hey, you guys get in line. Or hey, how you doing? He was actually what? A messenger from God, a prophet. He would say exactly what God would say to the people. So David had to know, and his dad had to know, this was going to come true. Well, after he was anointed, he went back out to tend sheep. I'm sure David had to say, where's my kingdom at? Where's my court? Not only that, but when he was in the presence of the king, guess what else happened? the king actually became jealous of him. And the king actually wanted to kill him to the point he had to run for his life. Imagine all this, and God told him he was be king when the king is actually trying to kill him. But if we can, what? Focus, we could easily see it just may have been his opposition. At times, when God tells us to do something, there's a great opposition. It's kind of like doing your homework and your little sister won't stop bothering you. You know you're doing the right thing and they just won't stop. Or it's when you're got a baseball game and you just can't find your glove. Everywhere you look, it's not there. Feels like something's going against you. And it causes you to do what? Yeah, get frustrated. Get down on yourself. It's like getting ready for recital and you just can't remember the steps or the words. It makes you what? Anxious and nervous. Yeah. Well, look at it this way. Have faith. Believing is something you can't see because of what you can see. Well, what if when we get nervous about our recital or having to go to dance practice or whatever, we see that for what it is, knowing that the opportunity is big, and all we have to do is trust in God. Do what we practice to do the entire time. A lot of times that's what faith is all about. It's not really about what's on the outside. It's about what's on the inside. It gets tough. It just doesn't stop getting tough when you become 12, or when you get to drive, or when you go to college. It continues to get tougher and tougher. But guess what doesn't change? That's right, God. He's still all powerful. And he's there all along the way. Just like he was with the Israelites. Just like he was with David. Just like he was with Moses and Abraham. And just like he is with me and all of you all. Just to believe him. So remember this. Hebrews 11:1. Who ain't a good report? Yeah. Don't you want to be able to give a good report? Yeah. With faith. Believing in something we can't see because of what you can see. Determination can get you there, but I saw it could be done. I didn't know if I could do it. And you all didn't know I could do it either. Because I'm sure all last month, you all were wondering, could I put it together? Because it didn't look like I was making any progress. But with a little bit of determination, a whole lot of faith, yeah. I want you guys to focus. Focus on something. focus on not what you can see. What you can't see.